What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sir Hunt's Reviews. My name's Mark, and this is a quick video. I think we just got news from Ryan Condal in a recent podcast interview that he did on Dune Pod over on Apple Podcasts. I'm going to discuss the contents of that, but I think from what he said, we can judge on a potential release date for House of the Dragon. Before I jump into any of that, please do me a massive favor. Slap a like on this video, as the like goal is going to be 42069. Long night! Alright, so in the interview that Condal gives with Dune Pod, I'm not too familiar with that podcast, so I couldn't actually tell you the hosts' names, but Ryan talks about House of the Dragon for like the first 10 or 15 minutes, and then after the 20-minute mark, they jump into talking about Dune, and then I think the particular topic for that episode is Alien. But all of that aside, Ryan Condal does several things in this interview. The first, and most importantly, is reiterate that he's not just a fan of Game of Thrones. He's a fan of A Song of Ice and Fire. He's a super fanboy of George R. R. Martin's universe. He mentions how he talks with him every day. Like, their schedules are different, so they don't actually talk on the phone, but they text each other. He mentions that they share about 4 hours of time every day that they're both awake. He also mentions that Martin's a night owl, which I thought was pretty interesting because I'm a bit of a night owl myself. Anybody else who's a night owl, let me know down in the comment section. Maybe that's why George is so fucking creative. And maybe that's why the long night is a thing. But yeah, getting back on track here. Ryan Condal reiterates in this podcast how special this world is to him. And in specific, alright baby, I'll come here. And in specific, he mentions if he wants to do something for the show, like he has an idea for it, and it's an adaptation. Remember, it's going to be adapted from the source material, not a mirror image depiction, just an adaptation. But anytime he wants to do something fun and creative for the show, he just has to text George. And George is like, oh, that's cool. Do it, right? So he actually mentioned specifically, hey, Reddit, I got the Arthur on my side. Come at me, bro, right? I thought that was really funny. And I will say that I'm on Reddit all the time. I don't see anybody really talking shit about Ryan Condal. The only thing that I've seen them take issues with is the four-legged dragon and the two-legged dragon, but that's just literally keeping in consistency with Game of Thrones. There were several different moments where Daenerys had a two-legged dragon and a four-legged dragon Targaryen sigil. For instance, both sex, right? There's a four-legged dragon on that. And then, getting back on track here, the main whole point of this video was that Ryan mentioned, bear with me, sit down, take a seat if you're standing up. Ryan Condal, showrunner of House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones Prequel series, the first in the A Song of Ice and Fire universe, aside from the main series, mentioned that they are in the home stretch of production. He mentioned specifically that they were able to get a bunch of shit done during COVID that would have normally made it take longer. So, aside from a few other things, now the home stretch could mean several things. It could mean that there's still a few months left, and Matt Smith, the actor who plays Prince Daemon, mentioned that January was going to be the filming wrap date. Maybe that's what home stretch means, because literally that's like 8 weeks from now. But I think when you take in combination with George R. R. Martin mentioning in an interview from a few months ago that he knows that House of the Dragon is going to be coming out in the springtime, well, that sort of confirms it. I think, and I'm pretty positive, that House of the Dragon will be hitting our screens no later than mid-May of next year, right? So that's less than 6 months from now. Obviously, we're going to be getting a trailer before that. We're going to be getting a bunch of teasers. We're going to be getting actual clips and scenes from the episodes. We're going to be getting actors who do interviews on nightly programs. And then also, I'm pretty sure at that convention in February, there's going to be a bunch of hype that are built up around that. So I think we're going to be getting the actual trailer for the season before then, but there could be some sort of promotional material that's released with that. Perhaps even the announcement of more shows set in the A Song of Ice and Fire universe. I want to thank you all so much for watching. My name's Mark, and this has been Sir Hunt's Reviews.